The Rays, in their brief history, have never won 5 of their first 8. They're after a win tonight here against this New York Yankee ball club to grab the first 2 games of the series. And a great pitching matchup of Garza and Burnett. So settle back, enjoy it. It will be a full house by the time all the crowd gets in to the park tonight. And here's Gardner. Brett Gardner hitting .227. He played his way onto this ball club this spring. Had a very good spring for the Yankees. And they like his ability to cover center field. Leading off tonight, playing center. Here's the first pitch, and that's a strike to start it. We are underway. Tonight's game available in high definition. For a list of cable and satellite providers offering Sun Sports HD along with channel numbers, log on to sunsportstv.com. Little looper in the center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So Gardner reaches. The Yankees are really hopeful that he can hit. That seems to be the question, because they really need his defense in center field, and if he can hit enough to lead off, they think there'll be a better ball club with him in there.
Well, Joe Girardi likes the running game, and Brett Gardner provides that if he does get on, like you said, Wayne, by getting base hits, walks, whatever he can, because he can out and out fly. He's capable of stealing 40 to 50 bases, and the Rays certainly know that and have to be aware of that right here. Joe Girardi wants to get on the board early.
Derek Jeter. He shows the bunt, takes the pitch. Ball 1. Gardner is 2 of 2 in the running game. These two teams have not had a runner caught stealing this year. The Yankees are 6 of 6, and the Rays are 12 of 12 in the steal department.
Davey Martinez flashing out some signs. Diana Navarro. Keep the runner close.
There goes the runner, and the pitch is skied foul up the right side. So the Yankees didn't wait around on the second pitch to Jeter. Gardner was on the move.
Little hit and run play right there, and as I said, Joe Girardi wants to get on the board early, especially after what happened last night, where the Rays opened up the ball game after 2 innings. Chen-Ming Wong only went 1 inning plus.
One to Jeter. Gardner with a pretty good lead over there at first, and Garza holds the ball on it for a while and delivers, missing. 2 balls and a strike.
Goes back to a running count, and any good base runner will tell you what stops the running game: strike 1, strike 2, because then you're in a pitch out situation. Right now, you're not in a pitch out situation. 2-1.
Back in.
He was going. There's no doubt about that. That flinch by Gardner. I mean, Garza almost got him on that toss to first base. You know, after each pitch, what the manager will do, Joe Girardi, he'll flash another sign. He may keep it on. He may take it off. But Gardner was definitely going on that throw over. But that's why you do it. You want to see if the runner will give it away. Maybe you'll pick him off. Maybe you'll make the manager change his sign.
And over to first. So Garza's making it interesting.
He was going again. Watch the little flinch by Gardner over here. Watch this little flinch right there. That's the flinch, the right leg. He was going to cross over and go, and he just did get back once again. That's why pitchers are told to make the runner wait, hold the ball as long as you can.
2-1, and a little looper into right near the line. Gardner's going to go to third. And the Yankees set up men at first and third with nobody out. Jeter serves it just inside the right field line, picking up the hit.
Now the Yankees didn't need a hit and run. The throw over stopped Gardner from going, but Jeter gets inside the ball as well as anybody and flips this one into right field in no man's land, and Gardner easily gets to third base with his speed.
So an early threat for New York. Mark Teixeira will be up here. He's the big free agent signing in the lineup, along with the guy on the hill tonight, A.J. Burnett and C.C. Sabathia, that the Rays will not see in this series. Pitch is outside. Teixeira with a bad wrist that cost him a couple of games. He had trouble against left-handed pitching, so sat out last night against Kazmir, and there tonight against Garza, hitting left-handed.
Doesn't bother Teixeira as much left-handed because it's his left wrist that he hurt.
2-0. That would be the big three, totaling $423 million for those three guys to join the New York Yankees.
And all that just still doesn't guarantee a pennant. I mean, they're great acquisitions because the Yankees can spend that kind of money, but you still got to do it on the field.
Broken bat on a foul ball. Look out. The barrel end of that bat winds up in the stands down the right side. The count will go to 2-1 as the bat exploded.
Inside, they got way in there. Good pitch by Garza on the hands of Mark Teixeira. I mean, that was a good 4 inches, 5 inches off the inside corner with some cutting action to it. That had to feel good on his left wrist too. The reason I say the left wrist, he doesn't bother him swinging left-handed because the lead arm is the most important, and his right arm, his right wrist is fine. That's getting the ball short with the lead arm.
Rays have the infield shift on with Teixeira hitting left-handed. 3 men on the right side, including Jason Bartlett. Three and 1 to count. And the foul ball will take the count full.
We saw Mark Teixeira on the 3-1 pitch take his left hand off the bat, which he'll do occasionally anyway. But he couldn't get through that 95 fastball.
Gardner third, Jeter at first, nobody out. Top of the first, and a full count to Mark Teixeira. Upstairs, ball 4. And he walked it. Now the bases are going to be loaded here for Nick Swisher. Looping single to center by Gardner, and that soft little base hit to right by Jeter. Now the walk. And Garza is in a spot. Swisher and Garza have faced each other only one other time. One official at bat. Swisher 0 for 1 against him. There's a strike. Baseball to get ahead.
Thing about Nick Swisher at the start of this year, he's seeing the ball extremely well. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs already, hitting .450. Facing their toughest hitter right now.
Trying to get that one to come in the back door, and Chris Guccione would have none of that.
First curveball from Matt Garza. That's a pretty good pitch. You can see from this angle, center field shot, a little bit outside. Navarro tries to bring it in a bit to get Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, to bite on it, but he wouldn't do it.
1-1. Back with the pitch and a foul ball. 1-2.
Matt doubles up on the curveball. This time he got the outside corner. That's a good pitch. Not a whole lot Nick Swisher can do with that one. Outside corner. Excellent pitch. Bases full. Rays will take a double play and give up a run. They're not worried about one run. They just don't want a big inning out of this.
Inside. Took a shot in. It's going to square the count at 2-2.
I like the sequence, though. I mean, a couple curveballs away at 76 miles an hour. Here comes a power fastball just off the inside corner. And once again, Navarro tries to give it a good look. Verduccione bringing in just a little bit, but it missed by a couple inches. It's a good call. Nice try, though.
Big pitch, 2-2, and he just got a little bit of the breaking ball.
Four grand slams for Nick Swisher with the bases loaded. Hits .309. Good curveball already established from Matt Garza. The three he's thrown to Nick Swisher.
The 2-2 breaking ball. He fouled it. 2-2 again. Fastball down. Step through to third. Back in there is Gardner. Navarro went down to Longoria. Pickoff attempt there. Now the count is full.
That's a nice design play after the pitch. Longoria see him breaking to the bag. Either guy can put that on. Navarro can put it on, or Longoria can put it on. Usually with the runner at third like that, Longoria sees the runner off and he gives Navarro a sign. He answers, and then after the pitch, Gianna Navarro knows that Longoria is going to be right there at third base to make a play for him.
The 3-2 from Garza. He got him. He struck him out. Garza wins that battle. Big first out right there.
Off speed right here. Look at the bottom fall of that and fading away. What a great pitch. First changeup of the game. Great pitch right there.
Pretty gutsy pitch.
Oh, it's a great pitch. But, you know, Nick Swisher saw three slow curveballs and he saw the fastball at 94, 95, and he gets 87, 88.
Here's Posada. Posada coming back from the work on his shoulder. He might have a little trouble throwing, but he can still swing the bat. A very good run production guy. 1 ball, no strikes. Up to 20 pitches with a couple of base hits and a walk, and the 3-2 count to Swisher before he got him on strikes. Posada 4 of 6 already with men in scoring position this year for the Yankees. There's a strike. 1-1.
Rays had some success. The bases loaded. We don't need to see that.
Yep.
Garza's got good stuff. Really good stuff tonight. Again.
Strike 2. He dropped that one in there.
Okay. You know, you cultivate everything around the fastball, and you bring along the breaking ball. And tonight already, he's got the good curveball going tonight. That's his 4th one, and all of them are right there. That's a good sign.
1 and 2. Here it is. Swinging a fly ball into left field toward the line. Crawford's there to make the catch. The tag at third. Gardner's going to score, and New York breaks out in front on a sacrifice fly. So Posada managed to get the ball airborne deep enough to drive in a run.
Yeah, you gotta score one to win anyway. That's not going to hurt if you can minimize it right here and keep it at one. That's good battling right there by Matt Garza to get these 2 outs with the bases loaded.
Well, I tell you, he had a tough out in Posada, who figures out a way to get a run home as he did just there. And here's coming up now, the next challenge is Robinson Cano. He's swinging the bat well, and in Garza's brief time in the big leagues, Cano has had his share of success against him. He's 5 of 11 against Matt Garza. Fouls the first pitch fastball right back, strike one. Garza challenged him. Cano ready for that first pitch fastball, fouled it straight back.
And there's the matchup. You see those matchups as a catcher. You look over the matchups. Managers look it over. Pitchers look it over. But you still got to go with your best stuff. 11 at bats. I mean, that's a good number, 5 for 11. But I like to see 25, 30 at bats, 40 at bats more as a reference.
Line drive. That's going to be caught by Bartlett to retire the side. Well, a good job by Garza to get out of that bases loaded, nobody out situation, allowing only a run. Rays coming in to hit. Upton, Crawford, and Longoria do. Brought to you by Checkers. Little place, big taste. By your Southeast Toyota dealer. You can buy a car that compares itself to a Toyota, or you could just buy a Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, moving forward. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Rays lineup, B.J. Upton to lead it off tonight. Carl Crawford second and Evan Longoria third. Carlos Pena, the cleanup hitter, with Pat Burrell, the DH, and Deanna Navarro hitting sixth. Ben Zobrist, the seventh hitter in right. Takanori Iwamura will hit eighth, and Jason Bartlett, the number 9 hitter.
A.J. Burnett on the mound, 18-game winner from a year ago. Left Toronto to come to New York.
The first pitch to B.J. Upton, down and away, a ball, no strikes.
Take a look at his numbers. He won his first start as a Yankee. He pitched 5 1/3, gave up had 6 strikeouts, 3.38 ERA, 318 batting average against. Great stuff. 95 fastball, 96 good overhand curveball, strikeout pitcher.
Foul back. It's 1-1. Well, Upton in that leadoff spot last night ran the count full on his first at bat, drew a walk and swiped second and third. This one picks up the edge out there. Fastball, and it's 1-2.
The only question ever with A.J. Burnett is health. That's why a lot of people curious what he would get in the offseason as far as a contract in years.
AJ fouls that one out of play.
Of course, AJ had a great year in Toronto in his free agent year. And by his own admission, said that, you know, Roy Halladay really helped him in learning how to prepare and go about his business.
He won 18 games last year. 2-2 now to Upton. Went 18-10, made 34 starts, and led the majors in strikeouts with 231. He finished 18-10 after starting the year 6-7. Swing and a miss. A fastball with plenty on that one. Our gun had it at 97. Not unusual for A.J. Burnett.
No, he's a strikeout guy. Here it is. Up in his zone after going away. This one just rode up and in on B.J. and just above his hands. 97 miles an hour.
Well, here is Carl Crawford. Ground ball to second. Cano with the pickup and the throw to first. 2 gone.
Defensive alignment for the Yankees brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarkets. Take a look at Nick Swisher now out in left field. He can play all over the place. Brett Garner in center. Xavier Nadian right. Romero Pena gets a start at third base. Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Mark Teixeira over at first. Jose Molina catching A.J. Burnett tonight. Excellent defensive catcher. One of the top throwers in baseball last year. About 43-44% in throwing runners out, which is outstanding. 30% is about major league average these days.
Now Evan Longoria. Evan off to a great start this year. Takes it for a ball. One to break out on the Toyota trend of what Longoria has done so far. 12 runs batted in, tied for first. He's hitting .467, leads with 5 home runs. Makes it high, 2-1. He had a little trouble last year with A.J. Burnett. He went 1 for 10 against him. Longoria has shown himself to be a quick study.
It's all about adjustments in big leagues.
Foul the fastball.
That's a quick swing right there. 96. Good, short, quick swing right by Longoria. He was right on that. One thing the Rays hitter is going to have to do, because Burnett has a pattern that he'll try to ride up the ladder. I mean, he can go up the ladder 97. He'll try to go up above your hands a little higher, and it's tough to lay off that because it looks so good coming up. Or he can drop that hammer for a curveball on you.
2-2. Pop up. That's a foul ball. Will carry out of play. First 2 men have been retired. Facing the 32-year-old right-hander. Ball got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and 1-2-3 go the Rays. We go to the second. 1-0 New York. the first on a sacrifice fly by Jorge Posada. Matt Garza found himself in a bases loaded, nobody out situation and limited the damage to just the 1 run. He'll face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the second inning, beginning with Xavier Nady. Outside.
Matt Garza had a 25 pitch first inning.
It's a strike. It's 1-1. 81 for 4 last night. He doubled and scored a run in the 7th inning of the game.
Had at least a double taken away by B.J. Upton. A great over-the-shoulder catch against the wall, dead center.
There's a strike on the outside corner. It's not a bad idea just to note from time to time where Upton plays. He's pretty shallow out there in center field. If you get some kind of perspective on where he is. And he went all the way to the fence on that ball last night. Nady hit.
He had a tremendous jump and just glides to the ball. I mean, read the ball perfectly and then picked up the wall to see where he was at. Knew he had a few more strikes to go.
A foul ball, and you know he's a young man and he's got a lot of confidence, but he was pretty humble about that. He said, "Nah," he said, "You know, the ball caught me, really."
Now, that little peak right there that you see looking at the wall, that's really important for an outfielder. You got to track the ball first off the bat, and once it's at its peak, then you got to take a quick look at the wall to see how many strides you have left. And he knew exactly where he was at. Tremendous catch.
Nady's out on strikes. Strikeout number 2 for Garza, the first out here in the second inning. Nice hard breaking pitch right there. You could experience a Rays game right there from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club with extraordinary seating, luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to raysbaseball.com for more information on how you can spend an evening in the Whitney Bank Club.
Yeah, that last pitch was a slider, and I think now that I think about that, one to Nick Swisher, I believe, was a slider. You know, he throws 86, 87, but it drops like almost like a split. He gets on top of it so well.
It's Pena playing third base tonight, hitting left-handed here. 1 ball, no strikes.
He's thrown 2 of those pitches, both for strikeouts. One to Swisher and this last one to Nady. That's just nasty stuff. Filthy. Had a tough arsenal of pitches for any hitter.
And a strike. Well, he's got the 4-seamer and the 2-seamer, and then that slider, and he's also time to time show you that change, but that had great depth on it right there.
Yeah, that's the one to Swisher, that first. It was a little slider, and that's the same pitch. That's the one to Nady. But he throws it with such great arm speed, and his fastball's so good. It's about 6-7 miles an hour slower with great arm speed, and it has that nice cut to it. And the hitters get fooled. Then what's great about it, he's got that 76 curveball too, that 12-6 type curve.
That one in on Pena, and he fouls it. It's 1-2.
I like too, going how Matt works both sides of the plate. Where he gets you looking away as a lefty, and then he can power that fastball right in on the inside corner at the knees, or he can go up on your hands like he just did. If you're a hitter, you got 4 or 5 pitches to think about. You gotta look for one and try to adjust when you have 2 strikes. That's tough to do.
Showing a nice variety right right here and picks up his second strikeout in this inning, his third tonight.
Yeah, the curveball's been on from the first one he threw to this point. That's about the fifth one he's thrown. 12-6. Top of the hands on the clock, right to the bottom, right off the top, straight down.
Jose Molina. Down and in. 1 ball to no strikes. And Garza, like a lot of pitchers who have good arms with that two-seamer. If he gets that down consistently, he gets great movement on that pitch, which also adds just another tremendous element to the overall picture.
That's what he did against the Red Sox, those left-handed hitters. He threw that thing off the inside corner and it ran back, and he was painting against the lefties there. That last pitch didn't miss by much. Matt thought it was there.
There's a strike fastball. 2-1. He powered that one in there.
One thing I've noticed, and I saw this last year, of course, but being here now every day, all the pitchers, and I know Jim Hickey's doing a great job, they all have really good alignment with the lower half of their body. You saw that with Scott Kazmir in both of his starts, especially last night also, and now Matt Garza.
Right back with another one. He pours that in there for strike 2.
And what I mean by that, they don't step across their body, front leg going right for your target. Look at that, and then you got the accuracy there. That's how you get command, because you're able to repeat your delivery.
Now the 2-2 delivery. Struck foul down the right side.
You know, I think of guys like Dontrell Willis. I don't mean to get off the subject, but you look at deliveries like that. Yeah, you can have success with deception, but you're going to be inconsistent eventually, and that's what's happened to him. And now he's totally lost confidence. The Rays staff, I mean, all the starters and all the guys I've seen, I mean, the mechanics are really, really sound. The stuff speaks for itself.
2-2, a chopper to short. Bartlett has this one, and it's a 1-2-3 second. We're through an inning and a half. We go to the bottom half of the second. Carlos Pena had a big night last night. 6 RBIs, including a grand slam. He'll lead off the home half of the second. Welcome back to Tropicana Field. Middle game of the series as the Rays play host to the New York Yankees tonight, and Carlos Pena will lead it off. Pat Burrell next, and then Deanna Navarro. A.J. Burnett set to go back to work. Carlos takes the first pitch high. Well, where do you start with Pena last night? He doubled in the first. The grand slam home run in the second inning, got another double in the fourth inning. So he drove in 6 runs, scored a couple. And here he is leading off the bottom of the second. There's a high fly ball into right. One of those towering fly balls off the bat of Pena. Nady makes the adjustment. One away. Outfielders need to keep their eyes on the ball on a high fly ball like that.
Look at that kid. Boy, he can launch those high ones too, Carlos Pena. 3 home runs, though. He's off to a pretty good start. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. And last night, one of his doubles was high up into that rooftop, and it was lost by the infielder, Cody Ransom.
There's Pat Burrell. What about that breaking ball?
That's nasty.
Strike one.
Wow.
And this guy, there are times when you just think he's unhittable. Such a great arm. Another breaking ball. This one is low. It's 1-1.
Now, when he was with the Marlins a few years ago, he came to the West Coast, and I believe he hit the Dodgers, and the next night I believe he no-hit, or next start he went down to San Diego and then no-hit them on the same road trip, if I'm not mistaken. He was
ball, 2 strikes.
Very impressive.
Well, he's capable of doing that every time he goes out there. I mean, he's one of those guys that you have to at least think about the possibility with him. Off the plate. 2-2.
Well, you know, he was a surprise because when the Yankees signed CC Sabathia, I was at the winter meetings in December. Most people thought the Yankees were done. They got Teixeira, of course, a little bit later, but all of a sudden, there's CC, who's not pitching in this series. Then all of a sudden, they get A.J. Burnett, and the Braves, you know, really wanted A.J. Burnett. And every time the Braves tried to make a deal, the guy would end up signing somewhere else. They thought they had Roger for call. He goes back to L.A.
3-2, and Burrow draws the walk. 3-2 breaking ball from A.J. Burnett. And Pat Burrell. You know, Burrell hitting .250 lifetime off him, but he owns a couple of home runs to his credit against A.J. Burnett. And pitchers remember that. He threw him a 3-2 breaking ball.
He sure did, yeah. Pat's locked in right now. He's had a couple of really good games, 5 or 6 good at-bats in a row, including his first home run as a Ray last night in the home opener. And here it is. Got a fastball up and in, and he squared it up and hit it deep in the left field seats.
Well, you have to like the power and his ability to work counts. He sees a lot of pitches up there. There's a bunt attempt by Deanna Navarro. That's a strike. Rays made a move with their roster. They put Sean Riggins on the disabled list. He'd come up with a little tendonitis in his throwing shoulder. And Michelle Hernandez has joined the club again, coming up from Durham.
And Sean had a real nice start catching Matt Garza in Boston, and even helped himself, had a home run to go with it.
It's a strike to Navarro. 0-2.
You know, Burnett throws a hard curveball. 80-81. That's a hard curve. That's power put away type curve. I mean, now you can bounce that thing on the plate. And Jose Molina is excellent at blocking balls behind the plate. like you're going to power a fastball in.
Upstairs, the ball and 2 strikes. You're right. And not that Burrow's going to be going anywhere, but we saw the Rays running game last night against Posada with Long on the mound, and this guy can keep a running game in check. Molina,
he can flat out throw a quick release and accurate with his arm. I mean, his brothers are great too. Yadier is great, Benji's great, but Jose, there's the curve
hard
talking
curve
about.
at 93. Second out of the inning, or at 83, I beg your pardon. Second out of the inning. Be sure and stop into your local Hess Express and pick up your 2009 Rays pocket schedule. That includes a $5 off coupon for a pair of tickets to see the Rays on Saturday nights. Hess Express is a presenting partner of the Rays 2009 Summer Concert Series.
Kind of like that. I like that couple of groups.
It's going to be fun.
I think I read the Beach Boys are coming later. I'm a Beach Boy guy growing up.
Yeah. they're going to be. I think they're going to be the anchor to that series. It's a foul ball by Ben Zobrist to strike. Zobrist with a home run this year, hitting .286, and boy, did he hit a big home run against this guy last year for the Rays with a breaking ball. You recall the Rays stumbled a little bit going into the All-Star break. They dropped 7 in a row. They picked up play here against the Toronto Blue Jays on the 18th of July last year, and in the 7th inning with the Rays trailing, Zobrist hit a fastball into the seats in right field. He was hit by the pitch. Burnett thinks he
oh no, I hit him on the foot,
but he's hit by that pitch.
I think it bounced and hit him. Let's take a look. I heard 2 sounds there. That's why I say that. There's the bounce. Yeah, it hit him on the top of the foot. It hit the dirt, and then it hit. I heard 2 sounds. You got to go by.
Yep, there was number 1. There was 2. Oh, they're going to call him back, and
I can't. Well, that's what I'm saying. Home plate umpire said no. I mean, the third base umpire. That's what I was looking at. But that hit him.
Randazzo said that checked the swing and that he didn't go on the swing.
That's a bad call.
It sure is.
Where's replay? Take a look at the back foot right here. Let's see if we can freeze that. Right there. I mean, right at the top of the foot. There it is. Replay.
And here's the problem with that. If the first base umpire is going to make that call,
that's awful. Well, I mean,
he can't see it.
Listen, we're a couple hundred feet up here, and I heard 2 sounds on our monitor here. And when you let's take a listen, see if we can hear it. It's like a kid throwing or like a handball, you know, boom, boom. You hear 2 sounds, you know it hit him. That's a terrible call. That's awful.
And my concern with that is that the first base umpire makes the call. How's he going to see if that ball hit him on the top of the back foot?
That's terrible.
You can't see it from there. And if you're going to overturn a call, you better make sure. You better be sure, absolutely sure, if you're going to overturn a call.
Yeah, there's no guessing involved on this.
And there's no logic in the process of making that decision.
Listen, Ben wants to hit, but it hit. I mean, that's, to me, I mean, the sounds alone would tell you, because you hear that as a catcher and as an umpire.
And there's ball 3, and now the count is full. The first call by Burnett was to ask the third base umpire if he swung, which he got a ruling on that he did not. But boy, I'm really bewildered by that call. Well, maybe he'll hit one out like he did last July. Whoop, strike 3 called, and so that's going to retire the side. Well, Rays leave a man, and we're at the end of 2. It's 1-0 New York. On to the third inning we go. Yankees will have the top of the order up. Well, they say all those calls even out. You know what? We're going to keep track.
We'll see. We'll see, because A.J. Burnett doesn't need any help, and he got help on that one. And, you know, what I'm talking about is if you didn't see it hit his foot, you're behind home plate, at least you got to hear the sound, because that, I mean, I caught all my life. That's, umpires will tell you that. I would tell you that as a catcher, and just did. When you hear two sounds, you know it hit something.
Brett Gardner. Pitch is in there for a strike. Top of the order. Jeter will be next, and then Teixeira. Well, you don't know what that's going to lead to. You got a couple of guys on suddenly, and that pushes Burrell into scoring position. Aki's been swinging the bat well. He gets a base hit. It's a tie game.
It's a big thing.
That's a big call. 1-1 the count. You just hate to see that introduced into the battle between two very good teams here.
Well, if you got replay these days, I mean, to me, that's something that should be reviewable. I know it's on boundary calls and all that, but you know, that could be a big play in this game, the way that Burnett's throwing right now.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, this guy,
he doesn't need help.
He can be tough.
But I just don't like that it was overruled, because the home plate umpire, Chris Guccione, did nothing, and he didn't stop Zobrist when he went down to first base.
Well, unless he's got X-ray vision that he can see right through Zobrist's leg.
I don't think
so. I mean, you know, that's the only way you can overrule that. 2-2 now. That'll take care of Gardner. Navarro with a toss down to Pena to complete the putout. Hey fans, this season's first episode of Inside the Rays. You can see how a club goes from worst to first. We'll look at the memorable moments in Tampa Bay's dramatic turnaround and meet the unique personalities that made it possible. Inside the Rays, a breakthrough season, Friday at 10:30 p.m. on Sun Sports. For a preview of the show, log on to sunsportstv.com and click on the Tampa Bay Rays link. Now Derek Jeter. Ground ball to short. Bartlett will make this play. 2 up and 2 down. Don't forget to sign up at Cain's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers come up with 10 strikeouts in a home game, log on to CainStrikeoutContest.com and print a voucher to be redeemed at Cain's for a free Papa John's pizza. Get to Cain's today. Mark Teixeira. Shift is on again with Aki in the middle of 3 defenders on the right side. Pitch drops over, too low. Well, Garza, tough inside the East last year at 7-4 in 15 starts with a 2.54. And 7-3 in 15 home starts last year, where he posted a 2.89 earned run average.
He's working up a good lather now. 96 on that fastball. You know, Mark Teixeira. One thing Mark does, he does work the count well.
3-0. Well, there's no question the Yankees got themselves a heck of a player in Teixeira in the free agent market. There's the strike. 3-1. He had some great years hitting at the ballpark in Arlington, Texas. 3-1 right now. Fouls it back as Garza challenged him with a fastball.
That's good old country hardball right there. Let it fly. Power on power. 96 up. Good fastball by Matt Garza. Well, he's had a lot of success. 3-2. Throwing that slider and the curveball. But he's got it all going, so I mean, he could throw anything right here.
Two outs, bases empty, 3-2. Shara lifts it foul and back out of play. Another fastball.
And the Angels really wanted to sign Mark Teixeira back because they wanted, with Garrett Anderson gone, they wanted him in that lineup with Vladdy Guerrero. They ended up signing Bobby Abreu. But Mark really wanted to go to the East Coast. He did not want to be on the West Coast.
3-2. Strike three call. He's out of there. And that retires the side. 5 strikeouts for Garza tonight. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 New York.
Rays handed out their championship rings earlier. If you missed it on our pregame coverage here on Sun Sports, a replica ring going out to every fan in the building. Got a couple of willing models over here. Chandler Parsons, Nick Calathis from the University of Florida basketball program. Looks better on them than on me, I think, guys. Every fan in the building, including Chandler and Nick, getting a replica American League championship ring tonight as the Rays celebrate that title in 2008, guys.
Yeah, I've got a feeling we'll be seeing those rings around town. Those are great accessories. There's Hockey with a chopper out to second. Cano makes the play. And on a 0-1 pitch, Iwamura is out number 1. Rays are facing A.J. Burnett. You're talking about that no-hitter he threw for the Marlins out in San Diego. It was back in 2001. He struck out 7 and walked 9 in that no-hitter.
He didn't quite have the command in those days, did he, that he has now.
Mason Bartlett takes a breaking ball for a ball. As I recall, he threw mostly fastballs in that one and just a handful of breaking pitches, off-speed pitches. And you could see where a hitter might be nervous with a fastball in the neighborhood of 97 and the guy walked 9.
Yeah, he was conveniently wild.
Yeah, they're not going to dig in up there against him. Two balls and a strike. Rays have had one base runner. That was the walk drawn by Burrell. We're in the third. Bartlett takes it upstairs. Bartlett has been swinging a good bat lately. He's ahead in the count here, and he has a history of success against Burnett to the tune of 357, including a home run.
Hey, you take that.
He pops it up this time on 3-1. Backpedaling Cano. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Get in on the 2009 Rays action with exclusive on-field seating with your group of 50 or more at the Checkers Bullpen Cafe. Available dates are filling up fast, so act as soon as possible to make your private group reservations right behind the Rays bullpen. Call 727-825-3406 or go to RaysBaseball.com. B.J. Upton stepping in. One ball, no strikes. How about Josh Beckett getting suspended for 6 games but not getting kicked out of that game?
Yeah, I think Bob Watson of MLB said, you know what? I was a hitter. That ball was at Bobby Abreu's head, number 1. And I think also what really gave Bob Watson the notion to give Beckett 6 games, number 1, for a starter, he has to be at least that to miss 1 start.
B.J. lifts it into right center field. Nady closes, though, to make the grab, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3 in the third. We'll head into the fourth tonight from the Trop. 1-0 New York. Welcome back to Tropicana Field. Dwayne Stats, Kevin Kennedy with you tonight. Game 2 of the series between the Rays and the New York Yankees. Rays winners last night 15-5. But Watson with us tonight as well. Thoughts and prayers continue to be with Todd Callis and the extended Callis family on the loss of Harry Callis. Swisher takes the pitch high. The ball to no strikes. Same 2 teams tomorrow. That's a 4:08 first pitch. Strike call, 1-1.
And we've got the pitching matchup today as advertised. Both Matt Garza and A.J. Burnett have their stuff. Andy Pettit pitching tomorrow for the Yankees.
Andy Sonnenstein will be on the hill for the Rays tomorrow. Then the White Sox are in over the weekend, starting Thursday night. Put in right there, 2-1.
That was a Josh Beckett, Bobby Abreu shot. A buzz shot right there. That's a good pitch. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Change the eyesight. This is their hottest hitter right here. He can move his feet.
And the strike. Fastball. Squared at 2-2.
96, 97 up and in. Come right back in the outside corner. Even though it was up a little bit, it hit the corner. That's a good pitch. It's felt high. Strike.
5 strikeouts tonight by Garza. He's used a variety of pitches to pick up the strikeout. Slider has been good on at least, I think, 3 of them. It's 2-2 with Swisher now. There's a shot. He tees off on the fastball and hits it out into right center field. The Swisher continues to be a hot hitter for New York, belting his 4th home run, his 10th hit overall. A 2-2 pitch, and he put a charge in it to get it out of here. 2-0 New York.
Take a look at the pitch.
Time for the Alltel circling the bases moment. Alltel Wireless. There's a choice for everyone. Call 5, 10, or 20 free numbers on any network with My Circle, exclusively from Alltel.
Well, he squared that up to Nick Swisher. I mean, he's hot. I mean, 450 coming in. It's his 4th home run. And you know, Joe Girardi, a little smile on his face. Thinking, I got to find this guy a way to get this guy in a lineup every night. It'll be first base, left field, right field. He can play some center too. He played center for the White Sox last year, or even DH for that matter. Swinging like that, he's going to find a lot of playing time.
A little popper short center. Bartlett and Aki, and it's going to be Bartlett to make the grab out there in short center. That's the first out. One away, and it's time for the Aflac trivia question. Aflac, ask about it at work.
Aflac!
How many teams have reached the World Series a year after finishing with the worst MLB record? Worst to first scenario. Robinson Cano. Strike. You know, there was a time not so long ago when a ball hit like Swisher could damage Garza's performance. But you know, he appears to have taken that in stride. He's so competitive, and that's one of the challenges when you get a guy who is that competitive and really a perfectionist in some ways about how he puts pressure on himself to perform.
I like guys that care. I mean, that's the one thing about it. Yeah, he shows emotion, but he cares. That's what I like about it. And he was channeling it the right way, which is what he's doing. He's trying to do that, and did that last year with some of the things that he went through.
Oh, we always around here. We always, when somebody hits a home run, you think about. There are great pitchers who gave up lots of home runs, and we run into Robin Roberts from time to time. And, well, you don't get much better than he was. He'd give up a home run here and there, but he'd hang around and win games.
You bet. And, you know, Catfish Hunter got the rest of his soul. Talked to him one time about it. He goes, yeah, give up a lot of home runs. As long as they're solos, you're okay.
Ground ball to Carlos Pena, and the toss to Garza. That'll be the second out now with the bases empty. And a reminder, fans, you can take part in the Rays interactive poll. Log on to sunsportstv.com, click on the Rays link, and submit your entry. Here's this week's poll. Which team will win the American League East? Log on to sunsportstv.com to submit your entry.
Was there a team missing on there?
I noticed that.
I was looking for E.
Yeah. Did they move out of the division?
I think it's
or what?
a trick question. Is it a write-in vote? I was about to telestrate and write it in.
Yeah. What? There appears to be
I kept looking
an
at
irregularity in this election process.
A, B, C, D, E.
One ball, no strikes to Nady. Over the mound. Bartlett to first. Nady's out. So following the home run by Nick Swisher, a 1-2-3 inning. Swisher's homer is 4th of the year, makes it 2-0. Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the 4th. Brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Full house tonight at Tropicana Field. Sell out last night. The Rays were winners. And a head-to-head battle right there. Game 2 of this series. It's Carl Crawford. Breaking ball, starting the bottom of the 4th, and that's in there for a strike. One and one. Rays have just the one base runner through 3 innings, and that came on a walk. Ball, 2-1. Carl 13 out of 36 coming into this game against A.J. Burnett. Throws it to the shortstop Jeter. His throw is on the money. 1 away. And here's the answer to the Aflac trivia question. Aflac, ask about it at work. That question being, how many teams have reached the World Series a year after finishing with the worst MLB record? The Braves, when they started their long run of success, and the Rays starting what they hope will be a long run of success as well.
That is hard to do.
Evan Longoria bounds it back. That's a strike.
That's hard to do because you can't do it all from going outside an organization, buying players and making trades. But the Rays did, as far as a big trade, getting Matt Garza and Jason Bartlett and improving the defense.
A strike call on a fastball. Well, Burnett had thrown a lot of breaking stuff, and then he comes back with a mid-90s fastball. Just to remind you. 0-2 the count. It's 1-2.
Yeah, this is one of those nights where you really can't afford to give up any more runs as long as Burnett's on the mound.
Down goes Longoria. That's another reminder. Fastball up and in, 2-2.
Kind of return the favor there on the buzz to Nick Swisher. Molina sets up in, and that was intentional. I mean, that's where he wanted to go. He wanted to come back up and in.
Now the 2-2. And strike 3 call. Fastball. Longoria's out on strikes. The Jaguar performer of the game to this point, A.J. Burnett. A couple of strikeouts in the first inning, including Longoria swinging. 2 more, Navarro and Zobrist in the second. And Longoria out here. Check out the new R Performance vehicles at your local Jaguar dealer or on JaguarUSA.com.
That last pitch to Evan Longoria was the hardest of the night, 98 miles an hour.
Carlos Pena takes it down.
98 in paint. And Evan knew it. Not anything you can do with that pitch.
He pulls it foul, a fastball. 1-1. Well, A.J. Burnett had something of a reputation of being a second-half pitcher, but he's throwing the ball pretty good here early in the first half of the season tonight.
He really is. He's got it all. And he's throwing 95, 96, 97. Both sides of the plate. You just got to look like right here, 2-1, and look for one pitch, look for the fastball, and try to square it up. He's basically throwing the 2 pitches, fastball, curveball.
Ground ball, breaking ball. Teixeira takes care of that. So the Rays are finished in the 4th inning. 1-2-3 they go. Through 4, 2-0 New York. On to inning number 5. New York with a run in the first and another run in the fourth. Posada's sacrifice fly gave them a run in the first inning, and Swisher hit a leadoff solo shot in the fourth. Here's Romero Pena, switch hitting infielder, playing third base tonight. Short is on the bat, draws Longoria a bit closer. 1 ball, no strikes. Jose Molina will be next, and then Brett Gardner. Good. He shortens on the bat, takes a pitch up. 2-0. 4:08 start time tomorrow, and then Thursday against the White Sox at 7:08. Friday, by the way, is a 7:38 start, and then Saturday back to 7:08, and the day game on Sunday at 1:38. 3-0. Well, you don't want to start by letting the number 8 hitter get on. Take advantage of this. Here's the pitching matchup tomorrow. Andy Pettit, Andy Sonnenstein. That's a strike. 3-1.
Yeah, all the way back now for Matt Garza. No walks. Only walk of the game was Mark Teixeira in the first inning. But yeah, you're right. 8-9. You don't want that lineup turning over with men on base. Top of the order. 2 runs already on the board for the Yankees, as well as Burnett is throwing. You got to keep it right there.
And ball 4. Well, a walk to Pena. Second walk of the night issued by Garza. And Jim Hickey's going to trot to the mound here with Jose Molina due up.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Girardi plays a little small ball, a little bunt, a little hit and run, probably a little hit and run with Molina, because he knows if he gets another run or two, I mean, that could be enough, as well as A.J. Burnett is throwing. So I would expect somehow Joe's going to try to get that runner in the scoring position with Gardner and Jeter to follow.
Well, Girardi has shown in the past, and last year more of it, he is an engaged manager. And he will, as we saw last night, pitched out on consecutive pitches. He'll do that. And he will start runners. He'll force the issue that way.
Absolutely. And I think, like, the first option, you might be hit and run.
There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on, and a line drive to first. Caught by Pena, and the Rays turn it into 2. Well, the Yankees did exactly that, and it worked out for the Rays.
Yeah, and I think that's why Joe Madden had Jim Hickey go out there. I don't think it was so worried about Matt Garza, how he was throwing. I think it was more about to set the scene of what Joe Girardi was going to do, and that's exactly what he did. And he jammed him with a fastball, Molina, and we got the double play out of it. Did I say we? I'm already a we.
You know what?
A we. That's good.
Here's the deal. We're all part of the human condition, okay?
That's it.
Let's not get too serious about these things, you know, really.
There you go.
Brett Gardner.
The truth.
The strike. Gardner is singled and struck out. So that helps the little liner in the double play. The runner going. Breaking ball drops over. 0-2. Two outs in the fifth.
There's a couple of things you can do when you think a guy's going to hit and run. You can either pitch out and not send your pitcher goes out there, or go in there and say, just pound the heck out of them in the first pitch and see what they're doing.
Swing and a miss. Gardner's out on strikes, and that retires the side. So we head into the Rays half of inning 5. It's a 2-0 ball game, New York. fifth inning has been a tough night so far against A.J. Burnett. Pat Burrell will lead it off. Taps it to third. Pena scoops with time, and he makes the throw to first. One away. Fans this season team up with the St. Petersburg Times, the local newspaper with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. To subscribe, call 877 The Times or visit TampaBay.com. Three of the last 4 outs have come on ground balls, and you know that's not unusual for Burnett either. He'll throw ground balls and strikeouts.
Yeah, he's on his game tonight. I don't blame Pat Burrell for jumping on the first pitch, because when AJ gets ahead, he's been lights out.
Breaking ball that stayed a little wide as it approached the plate. 1-0. Deanna Navarro 0 for 1. One of the 5 strikeouts posted by A.J. Burnett. 1-1.
A little bit out of the zone right there. 93 down. That's what you got to do. You get that first fastball from him before it gets too deep in the count. You got to try to jump on it.
One and two, and then he comes back with that thing. Wow. He's good. I mean,
it's nasty.
No question about that. And Navarro went around on the appeal. There's Tony Randazzo. Strikeout number 6.
Another breaking ball from A.J. Burnett. Slider action right there. Yamada could not hold up.
Well, here's Ben Zobrist. And called out on strikes his last time. Pitch is outside. Well, last year the Rays were so good at home, and particularly in front of crowds of over 30,000. There's something like 21-2. A big house here tonight. 2-0. I really thought the home run that Zobrist hit last July off Burnett. Well, there's so many big moments. Boy, that was such a big moment in the season that got them going again. It's a foul ball back, out of play, 2-1. You know, Kevin, managing clubs, you get a team, if you lose 8 or 9 in a row, it's hard to recover from that if you're thinking about trying to get to the postseason.
Yeah, they're momentum switches. I mean, somebody's got to stop the bleeding. That's what that home run was, especially off of A.J. Burnett. And all of a sudden, you get the confidence back again, and you go on a roll.
Bounces it to second. Cano has this one. And the Rays are down 1-2-3. That's 11 in a row, retired by Burnett through 5. 2-0 New York. New York leading. The Yankees scored a run in the first and added another one in the fourth. A home run by Nick Swisher. He's due to hit third in this inning behind Derek Jeter and Mark Teixeira. So Matt Garza trying to keep the Yankees right where they are as the Rays try to figure out how to do something against A.J. Burnett. It's been a tall order so far tonight. Jeter's 1 for 2 on the evening. It's a foul ball, strike one. Jeter singled in the first and grounded out to short in the third.
Yeah, and Matt Garza, I mean, he's throwing a really good game. I mean, he's 2 runs through 5 innings. His stuff is very good tonight. It's just A.J. Burnett is just keeping the Rays down so far the way he's throwing. I mean, obviously, it's no hits yet.
There's a tap foul, nothing in 2.
But I mean, if you keep the game right here, you still got 4 innings of offense to play with. Get a base runner or 2, it becomes a ball game. Gotta put that 0 up there first, though.
Now the still 0-2. Strikeouts for Garza, 2 walks, now 7 strikeouts. He threw a heck of a pitch right there, just disappeared on Jeter. 1 away here in the 6th. Don't forget, you can send Rays pitcher Matt Garza to your child's school with the Take Matt to Class contest presented by Metro PCS. Sign up at any Bay Area Metro PCS location or at guest services at Tropicana Field for a chance to take Matt to your kid's school. Mark Teixeira. Which ball's a little low. 1 ball to no strikes.
Yeah, toughest inning was the first, 25. Ever since then, Matt's been just fine. 15 or under. You like to keep it around 12 to 13. Nice job.
Back to first, foul, and it's a 1-1 count.
As Jim Hickey talks about pitch efficiency, about 12 pitches per inning, and that takes you deeper into the game too, and saves your bullpen. And Matt's doing that. I mean, he's into the 6th inning. His stuff is still very, very good.
Just over 80 pitches here. 1 out into the 6th. 2-1. Shipped on for Teixeira. We'll take the count to 2-2. A big cut at the fastball.
94 from Garza. Had a little cut to it too. 94. I mean, trying to go away, but the ball ran in over the plate, and Sheriff's over the top of it. Shift still on.
The 2-2. Low fastball.
Third time now that Mark Teixeira has worked the count full off of Matt. Struck out in the first, struck out in the third, and walked in the first.
And a 3-2 pitch this time. Ground ball, second base, where Bartlett's playing from the shortstop. So 6-3 on a ground ball to second. Let's go to Whit Watson now. Whit.
Well, Dwayne, as Nick Swisher makes his way to the plate, adventurous 24 hours for number 33. Last night, of course, came on in relief as an emergency pitcher for Joe Girardi. Now, Joe Maddon was asked before the game tonight, if the same thing happened to you, who would you go with? He said, may it never happen, but if it did, he'd probably select Willie Ibar. He also mentioned, and I want to get Kevin's take on this, that as a minor league manager, Joe Maddon had a player designated as the emergency pitcher, a position player who would take that role if the game got out of hand. And I wonder, do you like that angle or not, Kevin?
I do, and I was that designated guy, believe it or not, when I played for Del Randall. All managers in the minor leagues do that, yeah. Because your minor league rosters are not 25. Usually in AAA, they're 22 or 23. And sometimes you run out of pitching totally. You don't have those extra 2 guys.
1-0 the count to Swisher, who struck out and homered. In fact, the home run by Swisher is the only hit Garza has given up since the first inning.
What you don't want to do is take your starting right fielder and have him come in. The guy that hits 40 home runs, like somebody did in Boston years ago, playing against the Red Sox.
Who would do such a thing, huh?
Well, you're sitting about 1.5 feet from him.
And striking it. 1-2. Well, you know, there's always a backstory to that, but you know, as time goes by, people ignore that. And you know, you could argue that there was some reason and rationality toward doing that at the time.
Well, I'll tell you, the first day I was there, I know we're up against maybe the end of the inning here, but maybe we could continue, because there is a backstory to all these types of things, who you use and how and why.
That's a fair ball up the right field line, and Swisher stays hot. Zobrist plays the carom, and the throw back towards second base, and Swisher hands himself a double. Well, I'll tell you, you know, and it's not altogether uncommon that happens. Wade Boggs pitched here in a lopsided game for the Rays, and in fact, I think the last position player to pitch for the Yankees before Swisher last night was Wade Boggs.
Yeah, I believe he was. Well, you know, the thing is, Jose
Wade had a pretty good knuckleball, though.
Yeah, well, that's what Jose had.
Yeah.
Jose said, I got a knuckleball and a good fastball. I said, I pitched in high school. I like to do it one time as your extra pitcher. So we actually worked with, I had Claude Osteen, my pitching coach, take him on the side one day to see if he could actually do it. He said, yeah, he could do it if we have a blowout to save a bullpen. And of course, I told the general manager and the owner, which was our former president, but you know, I said, I'm not that dumb as a rookie manager that I'm not going to let them know and see what they thought. But sure enough, you know, in those days we played the AAA team as a goodwill thing. We went into Oklahoma City. We're going on a 10-day road trip. They don't do that anymore. And so I said, okay, Jose, I'm going to let you get an inning of pitching in. And he's throwing 95 and strikes out 2 guys and pitches 1 inning.
Okay.
So it's okay. So that same road trip, I said to Jackie Moore, my bench coach, I said, you know, if we get in trouble, I mean, I guess we could do it once in a big league game. He proved he could do it in the AAA game.
2 strikes the count to Posada, a couple foul balls.
The funniest thing is, Sherm Feller, the announcer in Boston, when Jose's warming up in the 9th inning, we're getting our tails kicked. We're having about a 2-8 road trip. It's the last game. And all the fans went down to the right field bullpen, and Sherm Feller goes, now pitching, number 33, Jose Canseco. Believe it. Of course, we were laughing at that time, but anyway, it happens.
Pitch is down. 1-2.
You know, the final thing on that is he did not get hurt. I mean, he played 2 more weeks after that. He had a couple home runs. He really finished it off in Seattle. There was a base hit. He made a throw from right field, and he grabbed his arm and crumpled to the ground. That's when he finished it off. And Dr. Jobe said it was a progressive injury. There had been a tear in there, which nobody knew. But nonetheless, you got to take responsibility. And I said, hey, I put him out there. I'll take responsibility. He got hurt, and got to move forward, live with it.
Ground ball to the right side for Iwamura. Aki's throw to Carlos Pena. They leave Swisher at second. Rays are coming in to head in the bottom of the 6th, down 2-0. Sixth inning time for the Coors Light freeze cam. Big swing by Nick Swisher to open the 4th inning as he hit one out, his 4th of the year. That was the Frost Brewed Coors Light freeze cam. Home run made it 2-0. That's exactly where we are as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Hakanori Iwamura leads it off. The Rays trying desperately to get something going here. 1 strike to count. The only base runner the Rays have had was the walk to Pat Burrell. That was with 1 out in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, and the Yankees are thinking small ball here. You got Pena way up on the grass.
0-2 the count to Aki.
He was looking bunt, but it won't be now with 2 strikes. And I think that's actually a good thinking, because you might have to lay a couple down and try to get something going. You got a ball game. This is a 2-0 game. You get 1 base runner. Hey, you can make something happen. The tying run coming to play.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, you know, if a guy's pitching as well as Burnett, kind of force him to get him off the mound and move him around.
Absolutely. He's in a groove right now. I mean, he's been in the windup virtually the whole game except for the 1 time.
Aki's called out on strikes. A fastball got him looking. 7 strikeouts now for A.J. Burnett. Stop by the New Era Cap Corner on your next trip to Tropicana Field. There you can choose from Rays caps, novelties, accessories, and a whole line of items. New Era Cap, the official cap of Major League Baseball. Here's Jason Bartlett. Ball disappeared on him.
Another good break.
1.
Yep. First pitch. Slide ball action.
One and one. Strike. Ball, 2 strikes.
Comes out of his hand easy. That's, you know, we were talking about the way guys look on the mound last night. Scott Kazmir had that good look. Ball was coming out of his hand easy. That's how Burnett is tonight.
1 and 2. We talked about that no-hitter he threw back in 01 when he walked 9 men. Well, he's a completely different pitcher now. Well, not completely. He still has that great arm, but he is really a pitcher now.
Yeah.
At times more than he was then, and he's been right on tonight.
Yeah, he's got the overhand curve, and then he's got kind of that slurvy type breaking ball that he's been throwing here the second, third time around the lineup, especially the third time around the lineup. So he's given it a tougher look. He cultivated the fastball early, the power fastball and the overhand curve, and now he's got more of that slider action breaking ball going.
Lifted foul, right side, and will carry out a play.
So, you know, a lot of that comes with Jose Molina and just giving him direction. Because as a catcher, that's what you do. You want to cultivate the fastball, get that under control, both sides of the plate, bring the breaking ball along, and usually you don't have both of them early. I mean, you don't throw the whole arsenal in the first inning. And they were going fastball overhand curve early.
The fly ball back into left field. Swisher turns around and is there to make the catch. 2 gone. Now Bartlett flies to left.
Take a look at A.J. Burnett's stuff tonight. That's the power fastball that he got going early, got B.J. Upton. And there's more of the power fastball there. Another breaking ball, another power fastball. Breaking ball to Navarro, power fastball, but both sides of the plate. And command. I mean, that's why there's no hits on the board for the Rays right now. 5 2/3.
Fouls it out of play for a strike. Remember that no-hitter he had back in 01? He had a freakish little accident a week or so before he threw that no-hitter. Burned his hand with an iron. So he was ironing his jeans.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
He still, there he was 4 or 5 days later, going out and pitching a no-hitter. Fastball, strike 3 call, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Burnett continues to dominate. We go to the 7th, 2-0 New York. Inning tonight. The Yankees with 2 runs, 4 hits, and all the Rays have to this point is one walk against A.J. Burnett. Matt Garza ready to go back to work for the Rays. Garza's given up only 2 hits since the first. Here's Robinson Cano to open the 7th inning. In on the hitter, and pitch is fouled away. Strike 1.
Yeah, that story you were telling about A.J. Burnett, that was 4 days before he pitched the no-hitter. He burned himself ironing his jeans in Los Angeles. And if I remember correctly, as I was saying earlier, I believe he one hit the Dodgers. I don't think he had a complete game, but I think he gave him one hit against them in his previous start.
Fouled straight back. 0-2. Roll into the upper deck. An 18-game winner last year for the Toronto Blue Jays. 32 years old. Been in charge tonight.
Yeah, that no-hitter, he threw 121 fastballs. He threw just 6 curveballs that night. In walking 9, but no hitting San Diego.
See that fastball? You weren't very comfortable stepping in against that fastball that night.
Yeah. I guess at least you knew what you were going to get, but, you didn't know where it was going.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing.
You were afraid you might get more of it than you really wanted.
That's right. Right in the meat.
Fastball fouled back. Fastball up, and it's still 1-2.
A.P. Howell getting some action. Matt Garza's really done a nice job, though. Kept the game right here. He's throwing extremely well. He can get through this inning. He's done his job.
He made 93 pitches through 6, so he's at 97 right now. And is out on strikes. That's a nice put-away pitch right there. 1 out in the 7th. Hey, the Corona Beach Bar hosts 75 or more people. It's in an exclusive setting during the Rays game. Reserve the Corona Beach Bar by calling 727-825-3406 or email groupsales@raysbaseball.com. Stretch out, enjoy the evening. Xavier Nady upstairs. Eight strikeouts now for Garza. Put up the 2 runs. The Rays trailed 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. He's at 100 pitches right now.
And 65 strikes, and that's a great percentage. Anything above 63 is above average.
Tapper foul. 2-1.
You know, and sometimes you can be too much around the plate, like Cliff Lee, although he was outstanding last year. But you know, when you throw 71, 72% of the time you're throwing strikes, you're actually not wild enough.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about with that.
Absolutely.
Guys kind of dig in. They say, well, he never, knocks us down. I mean, he's right there.
Well, if you're going to be around the plate, you better move some people off the plate once in a while. Move their feet.
You bet. I think that's actually what's happening to Cliff Lee right now. I saw him in the spring and his first couple of starts this year. Like that. Because the league knows, hey, guy throws first pitch strikes. I don't want to be 0-2. I'm going to jump on him. And that's what's been happening to him. So he's going to have to make an adjustment. Maybe get conveniently wild.
Ground ball off the glove of the diving Longoria, and the ball skips into left. Crawford makes the pickup. Nady has a base hit. Hit number 5 surrendered by Garza.
Tough play for Longoria. I think even if he didn't knock it away and it went through, I think it'd be a tough play for Bartlett. I think it would have been, that's their best chance for Evan to try to get it and get on his feet. Even if Bartlett fields the ball that deep, I think it'd be very tough to throw Nady out. So Nady gets the infield hit, but he hit pretty hard.
One on, one out. Pena, the switch hitting infielder, playing third base, steps in. He's out of Monterrey, Mexico. The pitch is a strike. Pena spent the last couple years at Double-A ball, so he's made the Yankee club out of spring training, making the jump. Runner goes. The pitch is bounced to first. Pena's going to have to go there, take the second out, as Nady, who was on the move, advances into second.
Yeah, not a surprise. Like we talked earlier, Joe Girardi wants to get maybe one more run for A.J. Burnett, even though he's throwing a no-hitter. He wants to get another little insurance for A.J. because if the Rays can, get a base runner, get a walk. I mean, they got a chance to tie the game. So it's Joe Girardi style, like we talked about, especially with the guys down in the order like Pena, who's up from Double-A ball.
Now the catcher, Jose Molina, lined into the double play in the 5th inning, grounded to short in the 2nd. Goes after the fastball and misses. Strike 1.
Now this is where Garza really wants to lock in and focus. This probably is his last hitter, and he knows it. He wants to save this run and finish strong and really put his best stuff and best energy into getting Molina out right here. I don't think Joe Maddon really wants the pitch count to go too much higher than it is right now. And you got Gardner on deck, and if they want to pinch hit Melky Cabrera for Gardner, then so be it. I think you have to make that move. Make the other manager make a decision.
1-1, and that would be a calculated decision by Girardi, because he's ahead in the game. He'd be sacrificing some defense to try to pick up an extra run.
And I don't think he'll do it. I mean, Gardner he's got a good arm. Melky's got a good arm too. Melky's a pretty good outfielder, but Gardner runs so much better.
Upstairs, 2-1.
But that's what you got JP up there for too. I mean, you've had him up since the start of the inning, so you got him up there for the lineup turning over. He's ready.
And the 2-1 pitch inside. 3-1. Garza, 109 pitches right now.
Yeah, this would definitely be his last hitter.
He's behind Molina. 3-1. Now it'll go full.
Good fastball, 94. Matt reached back a little bit. He knows it. Take a deep breath right here, gather himself, and really wants to make a pitch to finish strong. There you go. I like that. So he's taking his time. He knows it. He's going to rub up the baseball, breathe a little bit, get back up on top and make his best effort for a good put-away pitch right here. Not rushing the end of the inning. I like that. I like what he's doing right now.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with Nady second base. Molina the hitter, and Garza ready. Here it is. Gonna tap down to third. That'll be foul, and we'll do that again.
Yeah, that was a good pitch too. Molina got a piece of it battling, but that was a really nice pitch and effort on Matt Garza. Here it is, breaking ball. A slider right there. That's a good pitch, just off the end of the bat. Crowd recognizing too what Matt's done. I mean, tonight there's no offensive support, but he's doing his best to keep the game right there for the offense.
the second time. The 3-2 pitch got him. He threw a dandy pitch. He backed it up with another one and threw a heck of a pitch to strike out Molina. Got him on the slider. They leave a man. We go to the bottom of the seventh. 2-0 New York. Matt Garza for the Rays has worked 7 innings. He gave up a run in the first and then was touched for the home run in the 4th inning. A leadoff shot by Nick Swisher. Meanwhile, the Rays have had their hands full with A.J. Burnett on the mound for New York tonight. He has 8 strikeouts through 6 and has given up only 1 base runner. That was a walk to Pat Burrell. It's the Tobacco-Free Florida game summary. Carl Crawford leading it off. He fouls the first pitch. Strike 1.
Really, really strong effort, though, by Matt Garza. 7 really strong innings. Only 2 runs given up. Struck out 9 and finished strong. Made back-to-back pitches, Wayne, as you said, to get Molina out and finish as he wanted to.
0-2. Got him at 112 pitches tonight. 2 runs, 5 hits. And the Rays trying to get something going in the 7th.
Let's say you got 9 outs of offense to play with there, and it's still a ball game. So Matt did his job. He was super tonight.
Tap foul. Down holds at 2 strikes. See Crawford choking up on the bat. He continues to do that. Down 2 strikes, facing a tough right-hander. Against whom he's had some success in the past. Fouls it.
Stayed on that pretty good. 92 fastball right there. Now he wants to find a hole, hit something on the ground if he can, and just run like crazy, beat one out. That's why he's choking up. He knows he's got to put this thing in play.
He's battling. You know, the Rays just haven't had many extended counts in this game, and Crawford's down 0-2, but this is going to be the 6th pitch. And I just don't think he's made more than 6 pitches to any one hitter tonight.
I don't think so either. 81 pitches right now.
Crawford lines it into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And the Rays get a leadoff single. Carl Crawford picked up the first hit of the night for the Rays. Boy, he battled for that hit, down 0-2. Those are the kinds of at-bats we've seen him have all spring. What a great sign.
It really was. Choked up on the bat, fought a couple pitches off, and got an 0-2 pitch on the outside corner. Breaking ball again, back door. Look at that ball. It's off the outside corner, and probably because the way Burnett's throwing would have been called strike 3 had he not made an effort at it. super piece of hitting right there, and that's what you said. Bloop and a blast, and you're right there.
Well, that was a great at bat for Carl Crawford. So the Rays have a base runner. Burnett had retired 14 in a row since walking Pat Burrell in the second.
And here's the other thing. Now, Burnett has not been in the stretch since the second inning. And, you know, you hope that affects him if you're the Rays, of course.
Here's Evan Longoria. Crawford back in there at first.
And you hope the speed of Crawford affects him, too, where he has to rush the plate a little bit, because this is a ball game, and you got your best hitter right up there right now. 467 coming in for Evan Longoria.
Over to first. Crawford's back in there.
Evans 0 for 2 with a couple of punch outs. He's at 438, but hey, this is a situation you want him up. You got your core up there now, 3, 4, and 5.
Well, Longoria off to a great start, but he's trying to break through against Burnett. He's had a lot of trouble against him. And there's a base hit through the hole. Crawford stops at second. So Longoria, who was 1 for 12 lifetime against Burnett, coming into that at bat, singles through the hole.
Well, that's what we're talking about, because Burnett has not been in the stretch. And that ball is just up and out over the plate. Not quite as much on it as he was from the windup. And Evans scored it up nicely. And a clean, crisp base hit to left field. That's why it was so important for Matt Garza to get through that inning and leave it right there. Because now you got the go-ahead run at the plate. And the right guy at the plate, Carlos Pena.
Middle of the order here with men at first and second. Carlos and a fly ball to right, a towering fly ball in the second. Grounded out to first in the fourth. Burnett ready to work. And a line drive base hit into right field. Crawford rounding third. He's going to score. Over to third goes Longoria. And the Rays are on the board. It's a 2-1 game. Carlos Pena comes through with an RBI single. And he didn't waste any time jumping on the first pitch.
First 2 pitches for A.J. Burnett from the stretch are base hits. This is a hanging breaking ball. Not as much bite to it as he had the whole game. Not as much, not the same from the stretch. Look at that, flat on the same plane as the bat. And Carlos places it into right field.
Crawford motors home on the base hit by Pena. That also sent Longoria to third. Dave Island, the pitching coach, spending some time with A.J. Burnett. Pat Burrell's going to be the hitter for the Rays. So now it's a 1-run ball game. Rays had been no hit through 6. 3 consecutive hits to open the 7th. Burrell has walked and grounded to third. Pitch, he takes it down. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, that great at bat by Crawford started this. He got down 0-2 and battled his way into a base hit. Low and outside, ball 2. 2-0.
Six pitches for A.J. Burnett.
Inside fastball. You know, he was very careful with Burrell when he walked him back in the second inning. He threw him a 3-2 breaking ball to walk him. Pat with a couple career home runs against A.J. Burnett. Ahead in the count now, 3-0. And he swings 3-0, lifts a fly ball into right. Beatty is there to make the catch. Tag at third. Longoria will score, and this game is tied. The Rays tie it here in the seventh inning on a sacrifice fly to right off the bat of Pat Burrell.
I like that 3-0 letting him swing because you just said it. He's been very careful with him. That might be the best fastball you get. So why not let him swing? Absolutely. That's what you got him in the 5 spot for. That ball's right down the middle. Pat made sure he got it in the air and tied the game. You got to tie the game first before you can win it. I like that. I mean, you can't always play for the big inning and say, well, maybe he'll walk Pat Burrell. Maybe Navarro doesn't get it done.
Yeah.
You got to take it when you have it.
And especially if you're at home.
Absolutely. And as well as Burnett is throwing, I mean, we got an even game, and I still go back to Matt Garza in the 7 innings, keeping the game right there, and a big strikeout to Molina.
Here's Deanna Navarro. The pitch, breaking ball, starts him with a strike. Pena's at first with 1 out. Foul ball back, 2 strikes. Ben Zobrist is on deck here in the 7th inning. How about that? In what is now a tie game. As you know, it was Zobrist who hit the big home run in that game against Toronto off A.J. Burnett last July. Two strikes the count to Nobby. Strike 3 call. Fastball came back, started in, and it comes back. That's out number 2. Well, here's the situation last year on the 18th of July when Ben Zobrist jumped on the first pitch, a fastball he saw in that at bat, hit a 2-run home run. That came with 2 outs and a man on in the 7th. He bats with 2 outs and a man on in the 7th inning tonight.
And you can bet that's why Ben got the start tonight against Burnett.
Pena's back in at first.
Pena had a little flinch there. I mean, he might have been thinking about going. You do have to be careful, though, because Molina throws so well. You don't want to run yourself out of this inning. You got to get deeper in the count.
Zobrist takes it inside, step, go to first. Oh, Pena's picked off. There's the arm by Molina as he picks off Pena to retire the side. Rays score 2 to tie it. Pena's RBI single and Burrell's sacrifice fly. We're tied 2-2. in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2. Pickoff of Carlos Pena at first by Jose Molina ended the inning.
Yeah, with on the knees right there behind the hitter, and they did get Carlos. And you know, they said, watch the lead, little secondary, 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, and from the knees, and that's the right call. Ed Montague, first base umpire. That's how quick Jose Molina is. I think Jose sensed on the throw over the pitch before that Pena was thinking about taking off.
J.P. Howell, the new Rays pitcher. First pitch to Brett Gardner is in there for a strike. So Garza's gone after 112 pitches, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. He struck out 9 and walked 2 and pitched himself a heck of a game. Kept the Rays to within 2, and they finally tied it.
And that's why you do that. That's why you battle and battle and battle and keep the game. The guy that's throwing a no-hitter for 6, when you're within 2 runs, 1 base runner, and you get the tying run up the plate. That's exactly what happened. Credit to Matt Garza.
Ground ball foul. Down beyond Mick Kelleher in the coaching box at first. And it's 1-2.
And credit to Carl Crawford getting it going, like you said, Dwayne. You know, that 0-2 pitch, fouling some pitches off, and then
he really extended his bat as deep as anyone. I think there were a couple of 3-2 counts to Burrell, who walked, and Zobrist, who struck out in the 2nd. A couple of 6-pitch at bats there, and Carl got down 0-2 and made it a 6-pitch at bat and single. Oh, wow. That was very close. Wow. Took a lot of nerve to take that pitch.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch. It's not where Navarro caught it. It looked like with that breaking ball, might have caught the outside corner before Navarro caught it. And that's too close to take.
Fly ball into left. Crawford's going to have to go back. That ball's going to be over his head. They were playing in shallow. Gardner can run, and he'll get 2 out of this. Makes the turn and stops at 2nd with a double. So Gardner hit it over the head of Crawford in left. The Rays defense had him playing in shallow.
Yeah, that breaking ball was up. And with 2 strikes, Gardner's a contact hitter anyway. And because it was up, he's able to get it in the air.
So now the Yankees have a serious threat with speed at 2nd and nobody out in the 8th. They have Derek Jeter coming up.
And it's not beyond Derek to bunt on his own for a base hit to try to get Gardner to 3rd. And Gardner can fly, so you have to watch for the stolen base too. Although I don't think with nobody out he'll do it, but you never know if you forget about it.
Jeter shows the bunt. The pitch is up. 1 ball, no strikes.
And that's one thing about Derek. He hits the ball the other way as well as anybody, but he's not ashamed to give himself up. Try to get a hit also, but he knows he wants to get the guy over to 3rd base, get Gardner over to 3rd base. With Teixeira on deck and Switcher to follow.
1 ball, no strikes. And that's in there for a strike. 1-1. Rays get further action up in the bullpen with Howell on the hill in relief of Garza. Grant Balfour gets up.
Bartlett's got to pinch Gardner, which is exactly what he's doing up the middle. You can see him right behind Gardner, then he's going to go back to his position.
Pretty close right there. 2-1. Jeter 5 of 15 lifetime against J.P. Howell. The home run in the mix. Gardner on 2nd. Nobody out. And there's ball 3. 3-1. Teixeira is on deck. So the tough part of the lineup here for the Rays bullpen. There's a strike. Back to catch the plate. And the count goes full.
That little tailing action back over the inside corner. That is a perfect pitch right there. Look at that tail back over the corner. Good look right there by Navarro. He freezes it. And Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire, sees it because of that.
Garza worked 7. Howell has just started the 8th. And it's second. And a full count on Jeter. Here it is. He jams him in a little popper into short center over the head of Iwamura. Upton comes up with the ball. Gardner stopped at third. He had to play it safe to see if that ball was going to fall in or be caught. It was just out of the reach of Iwamura. So now the Yankees deepen the threat. First and third. Teixeira is going to be the hitter, and Joe Madden comes out of the Rays dugout. He had Balfour up in the bullpen. Well, Teixeira, a switch hitting first baseman.
And Joe's talking a little strategy here with the whole infield on how they want to approach Teixeira. He's not going to make a move here. He went out there as the manager. It's not the pitching coach's job to talk strategy on how he wants to pitch Teixeira and how to defense Teixeira in this situation. And also what to do in case, just in case, and it's doubtful, but just in case Jeter goes in motion with the speedy Gardner at third base.
Well, and the matchup, Teixeira 0 for 3 against Howell. Throughout his career, he's been a little better right-handed hitter, better for average from the right side.
Well, here's the defense. They're not all the way in, but they're pretty darn close to it.
And the first pitch is a strike.
I mean, Gardner is so fast. Anything on the ground, you're going to have to make a heck of a play. It's almost going to have to be right out, either Jason Bartlett or Iwamura to get Gardner at the plate. If anything to their right or left, even if they get to it, it's going to be tough to throw him out.
Wave and a miss as Teixeira took a big cut, pulling off the pitch. 0-2.
3P Howell right here. Look at this breaking ball. Bottom falling out of it. Beautiful pitch. Teixeira actually pulled off that. Now, the wrist bothers him more from the right side because it's his left wrist, and that's his lead arm, and that's your most important as a hitter.
And an end. That's why he was not in the lineup last night with the left-hander Kazmir on the hill because of the wrist injury.
I mean, that lead arm is what you have to get flex and short to the ball, and that's what's bothered him, the left wrist. The 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nothing wrong with that pitch, though. Changing the eyesight a little bit. And you got to go to your strikeout pitch right here.
And close. Jeter's back in.
Just to let you know, I know you're over there, Derek. That's what that was. And forget about possible running game. It's just 2-2. You know, it's a great running count, as I talked about.
Delivers, and he missed upstairs a fastball, and the count goes full.
So now you got a running count for Derek Jeter, 3-2. Mark Teixeira has a great eye.
Jeter first, Gardner third. 3-2 and a high fly ball back into left field. Crawford approaching the track, makes the catch. The tag at third by Gardner. He's going to score. Jeter holds it first, and the Yankees take the lead on a sacrifice fly. It's a 3-2 ball game. Time for the stay in the game hold of the day, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Last year, the Rays hole leaders, Dan Wheeler with 26, Howell and Balfour each with 14. Just as Rays relievers kept the Rays in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. Now Nick Swisher, another switch hitter, batting right-handed. He had a little better year last year against right-handed pitching than lefties. His career has been the other way around. He's hit for a better average right-handed than left-handed.
You know, for Mark Teixeira, that's 4 3-2 counts in a row in this game for him. So it's one of the things he does well. He does work the count. I mean, he gets you deep. As an opposing pitcher, he's always been able to do that.
Pitch to Swisher is a strike. Checkers double of the game. Swisher, who homered in the 4th, picked up a double, his 4th of the year, in the 6th inning, his 2nd hit. As he stands in there now, he is 2 for 4.
You know what Swisher's doing right now, seeing him in these 2 games here, he's really using the lower half of his body well. He's getting down and through it. Swing is really fluid. Not jumping at all.
1-1.
And last year, you know, in Chicago, he had a tough time. He had still hit for power, 20+ home runs, but the batting average was way down. 220s. 218, 220.
He hit under 200 against left-handed pitching last year.
But right now, see the side shot there. I mean, he's really using the lower half of his body well.
Lifts a fly ball into center. Upton will go back for this one. Jeter halfway, and he retreats to first. 2 outs here in the 8th. Reminder, fans, you can team up for the St. Petersburg Times this year, the local newspaper, with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. Subscribe by calling 877 The Times or visiting TampaBay.com. Well, a parade of switch hitters. Jorge Posada, the 3rd consecutive switch hitter, will step in here in the 8th inning against Howell. He drove in a run with a fly ball to center in the 1st. Otherwise, nothing out of 2. Chops it back to the hill. JP has it, and the throw to first in time retires the side. New York scores a run on 2 hits. They leave a man. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 New York. Quote of the game. The Rays and the Yankees will be wearing the retired number 42, worn by Jackie Robinson as he broke the color line in Major League Baseball in 1947. So baseball will be honoring the memory of Jackie Robinson tomorrow. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Melky Cabrera takes over in right field. Ben Zobrist shortens on the bat. 1 ball, no strikes.
That was a real good thought because Pena was so far back at third base and wide at third that if he got that down, that's a base hit.
Pitch to Zobrist. Strike. A.J. Burnett allowed 2 runs, 3 hits, 3-2, New York leading, bottom of the 8th. And it's lifted foul down the left side. Long run for Swisher into the bullpen. He's there and makes the catch. Zobrist is the first out in the 8th. Takanori Iwamura. Hockey has grounded out and has struck out. Pitch is upstairs.
Tommaso Marte, the left-hander on the right side of your screen. Brian Bruni, the right-handed pitcher, he's on the left side of the screen, and Burnett's pushing toward 100 now here.
Ground ball, second base. Cano takes care of that. 2 gone. Both bullpens busy right now. Don't miss a minute of action with Rays season tickets. Save up to 35%. Get great benefits and the best seats at Tropicana Field. Use them at the office for clients or spend time with the kids. Call 888-FAN-RAYS. Well, 2 outs. Jason Bartlett will be up with the bases empty. The Rays have Troy Percival and Dan Wheeler in their bullpen up the right field line. Breaking ball down. 1 ball, no strikes. Wheeler the right side. Percy on the left side of your screen. Nothing doing yet for the Rays in the 8th. Bartlett fouls the fastball back. And 100 pitches now for A.J. Burnett.
64 for strikes. A little bit above Major League average. A little fatigued the last.
Picks up the outside corner.
Last few hitters, fastball velocity down a little bit, but he's back in that rhythm because he's in the windup again. I think when Carl Crawford got that hit, it really took Burnett out of his rhythm and made him pitch from the stretch, and the Rays tied the game.
Bartlett with a piece of it to stay alive on the fastball up. Jason off to a good start at the plate. Battling down in the count here against Burnett. And he bounces it to the shortstop, Jeter. His quick throw to first in time, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3 in the 8th. We'll head into the 9th. It's 3-2 New York. Tropicana Field headed into the 9th inning. It's a 1-run ball game. The Rays are down 3-2. They were shut out until the 7th. They picked up their first hit and their first 2 runs to tie it. New York grabbed the go-ahead run in the 8th, and now Dan Wheeler enters the game for the Rays here in the 9th inning with Robinson Cano, Melky Cabrera, and then Romero Pena due up. Wheeler made 2 appearances on the road trip, 1 in Boston and 1 in Baltimore. And he'll face Cano. Robinson Cano 0 for 3 tonight. All of that against Matt Garza. And the pitch is lined into left. A base hit on a first pitch fastball. So Cano comes out swinging.
He likes that first pitch. I mean, he's been doing that all night long. This time he got one and shoots it into left field to get the inning going. And you know who is up, of course, in the Yankee bullpen. It's Mariano Rivera. Not a surprise. A.J. Burnett got through 8.
Melky Cabrera, who just entered the game in right field, hits for the first time. And he takes a pitch for a strike.
And once again with Joe Girardi, he wants to get another run on the board, get that run back, and get a little cushion for Mariano Rivera.
It's going to go through the right side for a base hit. Cano stops at second. The throw back there, and he's back in. So 2 men on with nobody out. Let's check in with Whit Watson.
Dwayne, quickly a reminder, our Rays Live post-game show coming up as soon as this one wraps up. Highlights of our game tonight, as well as Joe Maddon's press conference and a feature on reviving baseball in the inner cities with Jackie Robinson Day coming up tomorrow. The Rays players all wearing number 42, as you mentioned. We'll take a look at the program that Carl Crawford, among others, came through. All of that tonight on Rays Live, our post-game show, right after the conclusion of our ball game here on Sun Sports.
Well, the Rays have a little bit of a situation with men at first and second and nobody out. They have Cano at second and Cabrera at first with Pena up here. Switch hitting infielder, and they may want to try to move the runners over.
Yeah, definite bunt situation.
And it's popped up foul right back over the screen. Strike 1.
And the Rays would be what you would call the #1 bunt defense, meaning Dan Wheeler's job is to cover the mound toward third base. Evan Longoria's got to read the bunt, and as a hitter, you're trying to push the ball and make Evan leave his position and field it. And if he does, of course, there's nobody covering third because Bartlett's job is to cover second. Uemura's job is to cover first, and Pena, of course, has got to charge in from first base. That's the #1 bunt defense. And that's what was on this last pitch. And you can change that, of course. And they do.
Pickoff play at second. Blocked back there by Aki.
Now that was the image of the what you call the wheel play. Bartlett breaks toward third, and in return, Uemura slips in behind at second base. And the break toward third by Bartlett is to try to draw the runner with you. And so that's the pickoff play. Now you do the same thing when you do the wheel play. You make it look exactly the same, except Uemura will break toward first. And you got everybody crashing third, first, and Wheeler would then Dan would cover the mound area only.
Well, the 0-1, and it's a bunt, and it goes foul. Navarro straddling that. Girardi wants a discussion about this from the third base umpire, thinking that may have been fair and that Navarro had made contact with it. The Yankees already 1-0 in these close calls, and He's talked Guccione into going down to have a conversation on this one as well.
No, I don't think Navarro touched it. What he did was use his glove and he hit the chalk with it. And from Girardi's vantage point, let's take another look. Navarro didn't touch it. Joe Girardi from the dugout saw the chalk raised because Navarro had his glove down there. And with his catcher's mitt, he raised the chalk up. And I don't blame Girardi for going out there. He got a little call out of it. I mean, he asked for help, and they got the call right on that one.
Well, 1 for 2.
1 for 2. Which is not good enough for an umpire.
So it's a 2-strike count to Pena here in this bunting situation. A couple of base hits to start the inning. First and second.
And it still may be on. I mean, it's still bunt with 2 strikes.
And he starts to go and checked in time on the appeal. And Randazzo at third.
So you see Pena up even with the bag at first, and Longoria just about even at third, just in case Girardi wants a 2-strike bunt, because he doesn't want Pena to ground into a double play here. Doubtful he's going to put anybody in motion with 2 strikes on a 2 count.
Here we go, 1-2, and a fly ball lifted into left center field. Upton on the run, he's there and tracks it down. Fine running catch by Upton, going into left center field to save the day for the Rays. Upton getting back and running it down for the out. And Cano had to stay at second base, so it's still first and second. 1 out now.
Take a look at the jump, the reaction right away by B.J. Upton. Crossover and a great straight line to left center field and just gliding. Now he's running hard, but he looks like he's just gliding. And he catches up with that ball and spears it in. What a great throwing arm. Comes up and throws a strike back into the infield, and Cano has to go back to second base and stay there.
So now here's Jose Molina with 1 out and runners at first and second. Molina takes a strike around the knees. Yeah, Upton. Some people even thought last night on that great play he made in center field, didn't bust it. Well, he has such long strides that he covers a lot of ground. He's not a guy who's just going to churn it out. He puts out, covers a lot of ground, as he did on that ball hit by Pena. There's the 0-1. Wave and a miss at the fastball. 0-2. Here's last night's catch. You won't see one any better than that.
I mean, he's running hard. He's just tracking the ball, and anybody that said that obviously wasn't here and didn't see the jump that he got and how he tracked that ball and then saw where he was with the wall and making that catch.
Now the 0-2. Breaking ball, he got him. A swing and a miss. Now Molina is out number 2. That's the 10th strikeout for Rays pitching.
Nice slider right there. Big break to it. Starts in the zone and fades about 3 or 4 inches out of the zone. No chance for Jose Molina. Excellent pitch.
So 2 outs with runners at first and second. And now the top of the order, Brett Gardner. Gardner has 2 hits tonight and has scored 2 of the 3 New York runs. The pitch is a strike. Wheeler starts him with a fastball.
Oh, Crawford is way in again, and he should be, because you got to cut the runoff if there is a base hit to left field. See where he's at now. There's nothing wrong with that, even last inning, because you play the percentages, and sometimes you're going to get burned. And if your pitcher doesn't make a good pitch, yeah, the ball might go over your head.
This one is fouled back. Another fastball. 0-2.
You got to live and die with the percentages. You can't always play against the double like last inning and have Carl Crawford way back and then have Brett Gardner drop one in and then steal second. What's the difference? The old man plays the percentages and his defensive alignments.
2 men on with 2 men out. 2 strikes to count to Gardner. And the pitch. Foul back. Count holds at 2 strikes. Garza worked the front 7. Gave up 2 runs. Howell worked the 8th. Charge of the run. Now Wheeler here in the 9th trying to pitch out of the spot. The 0-2 again. High. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He worked them down and went up out of the strike zone with that pitch. Second, Cabrera first. The 1-2 to Gardner. Popped up foul. That's going to be out of play.
Gardner's kind of a slasher is what he is with bombs. See it kind of slash and run. The way he swings, he's going to hit a lot of balls to left field.
Pitch on its way, and a fly ball into center field. Upton going back, still going back. It's going to be over his head and will bounce up over the wall. That's a ground rule double. Cano will score. They'll stop Cabrera at third. His second straight double. Gardner doubles over the head of Upton, and it bounced over the wall. Now it's 4-2.
And the Rays get a break there because that would have been a 2-run double. Let's take a look at the pitch. Navarro sets up outside. Well, it's up, and that's the problem. It's up above the belt, and just like last inning in the 8th, J.P. Howell got a ball up, and this time Dan Wheeler gets a ball up, and it burns the defense. But like I said a moment ago, you got to live with that. The pitch is made. Gardner's not going to hit the ball like that.
Now here's Jeter. Big ball is in there for a strike. Jeter 2 for 4. 2 men in scoring position now.
You know, knowing that the chances are that Gardner's going to hit a lot more balls in front of you in the outfield than doing what he did the last 2 innings. I think it's more of an aberration.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2 to Jeter. Cano has scored the run to make it a 2-run game again. Pitch had Jeter leaning and Puccioni leaning as well.
A little flinching, yeah, sure did. That's a pretty good pitch right there. Jeter will do that anyway. You know, he backs out of the way on a ball that's on the inside corner a lot of times.
He lays off the slider in the dirt. 2-2.
Well, this is huge right here to save this because it's still a ball game. You got a shot in the 9th. 3 outs of offense to play with, down 2 runs. The 2nd and 3rd, you got to save this right here.
Well, in the 8th, the Yankees put the leadoff man on and turned it into a run. And here in the 9th, they put the leadoff man on and they turned it into a run. And again, the 2-2 pitch to Jeter. Fly ball, right center field. Zobrist going back, and that ball is going to get out of here. Jeter hits a 3-run home run on a 2-2 pitch. Jeter's second home run of the year. Cabrera and Gardner score in front of him. Jeter's 3rd hit of the night. It's a 4-run 9th. And now the Yankees lead 7-2.
Take a look at the pitch at Derek Jeter. It's just another ball up right there. Fastball up and out over the plate, much like Brett Gardner, and Jeter just squared it up, and the ball jumped out of here. It looked like it did a jet stream.
Teixeira, the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So a 4-run 9th, 4 hits, and 4 runs. Teixeira hits a ground ball right side. Aki bobbles it, but comes up with it and makes the throw to first to retire the side. 4-run score in the inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. It's now 7-2 New York. Brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. By Tobacco Free Florida. Tobacco Free Florida wants you to be tobacco free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Back of the Trop, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Brian Bruni, the new pitcher. And the Rays have the top of the order as B.J. Upton swings through that one. Strike 1. 8 innings for A.J. Burnett of 3-hit baseball, allowing 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, and a walk. There's a strike.
Brian has a really good arm, and he took exception when people said, hey, Jabba Chamberlain should be in the 8th inning guy. Yankees don't have anybody to do that job. And he took exception to that, said, I can do that job.
A little bit outside, 1-2.
Different situation now, though, with a 5-run lead. But what Joe Girardi did, Bruni had been up in the 8th inning. And then as soon as they scored the extra run, made it 4-2 after Gardner's double, Bruni got back up with Mariano Rivera. And Joe Girardi did the right thing, anticipating a bigger inning. I don't want to use Mariano Rivera sitting back down, and that's exactly what happened. So Bruni was ready.
A swing and a miss. Upton is out on strikes. One away at the bottom of the ninth. Now Carl Crawford to hit. Crawford singled in the 7th inning and scored. He started the Rays' 2-run inning, picking up their first hit of the night. And a strike. Rays and the Yankees play again tomorrow. Wrapping up the series. There's a strike. 0-2. Rays took the first game last night, battled back to tie it, only to see the Yankees score a run in the 8th and then put a 4 spot up in the 9th inning. And Crawford is called out on strikes. So 2 up, 2 down in the 9th inning. We'll be with you tomorrow on Sun Sports at 4 o'clock. Andy Sonnenstein against Andy Pettit. Then the White Sox are in Thursday evening on FS Florida. Friday night on Sun Sports. And Saturday evening on FS Florida. And Sunday afternoon, the White Sox and the Rays on Sun Sports. Evan Longoria takes a cut and misses. Strike 1.
No, you're not going to find a much better pitch game that the Rays had to face than A.J. Burnett tonight. I mean, Josh Beckett was great last week for the Red Sox. But Burnett to battle back down 2-0 after being no hit for 6.
Some high heat there. A swing through it by Longoria. 0-2.
It was pretty impressive. You know, really scrapping back like they did. And getting a couple in the 7th inning was a lot of character.
And a swing and a miss. Bruni strikes out the side, and the Yankees have beaten the Rays tonight. It's a 7-2 final. 1-2-3 go the Rays in the 9th inning, and the series is now even at a game apiece as the Rays win last.